How you doing out there, everybody? This is John Laurinaitis, Lubbock, Texas. Have another show. I haven't had one for a long time, so I have a show today. I'd like to, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for wishing me a happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate it. All the different people, all the fans, especially Joe Booney up in Canada. First guy to call me, happy birthday. Sang a little song, the old happy birthday song. So there you go. I didn't try to make a big deal out of it. I'm just getting old. That's it, 60 years old. But, hey, that's the way it goes. We get older, that's the way it is. Time stops for no man, as they say. It never did, never will. So, got to make the best of it. We had a big party anyway down at the ranch. Had a big steaks, shrimp, beer, tequila. Ron and the Mexicans, they got really drunk, but I tried to stay reasonable. But they got into it, but that was good. They had to blow off some steam. They've been working hard, so that's all right. We had a good time. Even the dog was there, that stupid Gronk dog that chewed my boots up. But he was there too. He got a few scrap bones to eat, so he was happy. Anyway, appreciate it, everybody. Now, I just want to talk a little bit about Joe Booney's last show here on Saturday night. He had his guest Clark Monroe from Saskatchewan, I believe it was, Regina, Saskatchewan, out in the middle of the Western Canada. So, a real Toronto Maple Leafs fan. So they discussed Toronto Maple Leafs, their prospects for the Stanley Cup, and all their stats and everything like that. So they're both big Leaf fans. So that was a great show. They got right into it and talked about the hockey and see what's going to happen here coming up once the regular season ends, because they're going to have to get get things going so they can all play for the final like they always normally did. But the COVID has kind of changed things around, so they'll get it figured out soon. Have the schedule for all that, for all the games, for all you hockey fans. And anyway, that was his talk. It was really good. That was that. So anyway, again, thanks for your happy birthday wishes. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit of stuff here, and I don't know what you want to say. It might be a little political. If you want to say it's political, maybe not too bad, but big thing in the news lately is they're all about the police and all this stuff going on with the shootings. And the main one was up in Minneapolis. Derek Chauvin was the police officer who was charged killing George Floyd when he had his knee on his neck and the guy could not breathe. All right. And you can see it. It was on tape. It was on someone. Thank God someone took a video of it. So there's no denying what they did, or what he did to the guy. The guy's already down, handcuffed on the ground, right by the tire of the SUV police station. Where's the guy going to go? He lost his life for what I hear is fake $20 bill. So that's all his life was worth, was $20. Is that what they're saying? I don't believe it. No human life is worth $20. You can't put a price on anyone's life. Whatever color, black, white, whatever you are. There's no price on a human life. I don't believe in this shit where they, oh well, the guy's a big criminal. Yeah, $20 crime. Wow. It's not like the great bank robbery or something like that. You know what I mean? You know, like the guy did die for what? For that? And just because the police officer was overly aggressive. And I'm sure maybe Mr. Chauvin didn't intend for the outcome that George Floyd was going to die. I'm sure in his mind at the time wasn't, probably trying to kill him. But at the same time, he did kill the guy. And it was what you want to call police brutality as far as that goes. And he went too far. Didn't have to do it. And he went over and above what he had to do to restrain this guy. So let's put it that way. I mean, the defense was saying, oh, well, George Floyd was a well-known criminal, blah, blah, blah. He was probably on drugs. They're trying to blame the fact that he's on drugs that he got killed that day. Well, you can't do that. That's beside the point, whether he was high or whether he wasn't. They're trying to make all this shit up and try and exonerate the police officer. Now, don't get me wrong, all right? Police have a tough job to do, especially in this country with all the violence nowadays. And from the statistics I've seen here lately, especially certain cities, crime has really gone up in the last little while. Why, I don't know. Who knows? Could be COVID for all we know, although COVID's kind of not a big deal anymore. But anyway, I think he deserved at the least to lose his job. If he's going to go to jail, you know, they're not going to throw him in the big pen with all the gorillas because they'll kill him. So he'll do soft time somewhere, you know. But he has to do some kind of, he should at least lose the job over it because, you know, it was excessive and sets a bad example for other police because not all police react in a similar situation like that. So maybe in a way they're saying, oh, they're using him as a example too. Well, maybe they did make an example out of him somewhat. The jury determined he was guilty. In my point of view, I don't know. I'm not sure what the charge was actually. I would say in that situation, to me, that would be manslaughter because I don't think he had intent to kill the man, but at the same time, he used excessive force, which caused the man's death. So, in that point, I think he should be charged, and another he should do jail time or not, but at least lose his job over it because this is accountability. There hasn't been any accountability, and he's not the only police officer that's, you know, over the times that has been up on stuff like this, you know, so. I'm just looking at something here. All right. He got charged for 3 charges, 2nd-degree murder, 3rd-degree murder, manslaughter. All right. Out of that, I guarantee manslaughter, he should have got that one. I really don't know 3rd and 2nd degree, the difference there. I know 1st-degree murder is premeditated murder where you actually meant to kill someone. He didn't do that. Now they charged him on 2nd, 3rd degree, and manslaughter. You know, I don't know. I don't know about those other 2 charges. Guarantee the manslaughter, I can see that because the guy died and it was supposedly accidentally, even though it was excessive force. They're saying it's accidental. Whether he deserved to have the other 2 charges, I don't know. But they may have made a bit of an example of this guy, but you know what? You look at both ways. The George Floyd has become like I don't know what you want to say, a martyr as far as that goes because of the situation. It's just a bad situation because George Floyd comes out of it as a martyr for the black community, whether or not he was a criminal or what he was. I'm sure he wasn't a terrible man. The crimes he was involved with was obviously low-grade stuff. And the police officer, yeah, they might have went pretty heavy down on him, again, to make an example out of him. The least he should get is a manslaughter and lose his job. I don't know about 1st, 2nd, or 2nd, 3rd degree murder. I mean, 2nd degree is pretty serious. Usually that's, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. That's what the jury came up with. Whether this is going to change things, I don't know if it's going to change much. You know, a lot of stuff's been going on a long time. They said it's systemic racism between the black community and police for years and years. And there is a lot to do with it. But, again, it's a certain percentage of the police that act in these ways. And I don't know what the percentage would be. Who knows? Maybe it's 5%. I don't know. What about the other 95% of the police that are good-hearted individuals, do their job, give the benefit of the doubt, try to be professional? There are times when they have to shoot people. It's a way of life to protect themselves, to protect the public in a situation. Now they're trying to talk about situation in Ohio, I believe it was. And it was a knifing. These young kids, girls of all things, like 13, 14 years old. One girl was stabbed, the other to death or whatever. So, again, I think they were black young women. Again, a violent fight with a knife. Again, you can use any weapon to kill people. Guns are not the thing here. We're not talking about guns, but police have guns and they have tasers. But I guess in that situation, you know, I'm going to go back to the other thing. Anyway, I guess the cop shot one of the girls, whatever, was killing the other one. Well, I don't know. What do you do there? You're stopping one from doing the other. That's a little different call. And then you get LeBron James in there, great basketball star, and he made some comment that you're next about the police officer involved in that one. I think that's, if I'm right, I don't know if that's right or not. It's a Ohio police officer, and I think this was in Ohio. Then he had to retract his statement after that, but it, like, no, you don't put a target on the police's back. They're in a, this is enough right now. Things have to change in things have to change nationally with the police. The training and the attitudes have to change to extent that there won't be racism when they make a call. It's just a judgment call, whether it's whoever's involved in the crime, to use what type of force to subdue the person is one thing, but it's excessive when the outcome is you pin a guy to the ground, he can't breathe, and he dies because he can't breathe. That's excessive police violence. The guy wasn't going nowhere. So, yeah, I believe he should have been charged. Whether he should have been charged with all 3 charges, let's have a look here. No, it doesn't say whether he's even how much time he even got here. They're just saying what he could get. I don't know. I'm looking through here. All right, it says it could get up to 10 years for manslaughter. Well, right there, that's a long time. To me, that's probably what it really wound up as manslaughter, because it's hard to prove that this Derek Chauvin had any criminal intent in killing the man. But the fact was, excessive force in his job caused the guy to die. So, for me, the manslaughter charge, fine. 3rd-degree murder, maybe. I don't know about 2nd degree. I don't know if that's, I think they tried to make a statement with this guy. Maybe they used him as an example, maybe a little too harshly. But at the same time, the guy dies for what? For $20. So, puts a very low value on a human life, no matter whether they're what good or bad or whatever, right? And for what the guy didn't deserve to die for what he was involved with. That's for sure. So I'll just leave it like that. Things have to change. The whole idea of the use of force. They have to get more guidelines for what is and isn't necessary when it comes down to an individual. I mean, once they have them cuffed and down and they're not going anywhere, why do you have to go over the top is beyond me. So, and there are police that are on power trips. I've seen it. We know about it. Whether this guy was one of them, I don't know. But there are police that are in power that think that's it. I'm a big dude because I got a gun on my belt. I can do what I want. That's not what they're there for. If they have attitudes like that, they should never have got into policing in the first place. So that's why I'm talking. I don't want to talk too much more about it, but it was a big deal. It's going to go on for a long time because, this isn't the first incidence of something like this, and it won't be the last. But, they never talk about the good stuff that goes on, or the decent police officers that just do their job on a daily basis, or get hurt themselves in the line of duty by being attacked by violent people when they're trying to arrest them or whatever, or shot at or whatever. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, they're allowed to protect themselves in any way they can if they're under attack. Now, in this case, there was no one attacking Derek Chauvin because George Floyd was subdued. So there was no danger to him at all there. So in that point, he used excessive force, and that's all there is to it. Whether he deserved the extra charges for 2nd degree, 3rd degree murder, I don't know. Manslaughter for sure. They probably never proved that he was, intent on killing the guy, but he sure didn't show much remorse, I'll tell you that much. At least not in the courtroom. He didn't seem to care too much about it. But again, that goes down on him. What kind of individual is he? Who knows? And this stuff's been going on a long time. Again, they're going to have to, certain people shouldn't be a police officer if they're going to go like that. In certain situations, you have to react, but that was ridiculous. So that's all I have to say about that. I don't want to get into LeBron James too much. I don't know what he's talking about here. he mouthed off, I guess, probably just because he was tired of this kind of shit. But you'd think he'd be a little more professional, being as he's a basketball player. But that doesn't mean nothing. Just because he's a sports star, lots of them do stupid things too. So we've seen it all before. It sounds like he recanted his statement, so that's good. But don't target the police officer saying you're next. Come on now. I mean, come on. That's pretty childish. Whatever. What's done is done. And I don't know. Things have to change, but it's going to take a long time for some of these guys. Some of these guys, they have that mindset, and they don't really worry about the outcome of situations. But I think most of the time the situations are all right. They're showing a picture of this guy. Yeah, well. All right. Well, there you go. He's tired of black people again being a little different situation when there's people having a knife fight. What are you supposed to do? Just let them slaughter each other? I don't know. I wasn't there, and LeBron sure as hell wasn't there. So how he can speak on this shit is beyond me. Let's see what he has to say now. All right, I can see his point about I'm damn tired of seeing black people killed by police. It is not about one officer. Well, then why did he supposedly point out the officer involved here? All right, more accountability. Well, okay, then that was his second statement. All right, that's more like it. He overreacted. Okay, we'll give him that, but don't put a price on the guy's head for sure. Yeah, things have to change, but it's going to take a long time to change this system because there is some racism in there, and it's not a good thing, but it's been going on a long time. So it's just certain police forces. Not all of them are like that, but I thought of all police force, Minneapolis, up in the northern states, of all places to have something that's happened. But I guess it doesn't matter where you live, So what's the word? We're not going to use Derek Chauvin as an example of one bad apple spoils the whole batch because there's so many good police officers that do a great job and, that they're commendable and respectable and they don't go past that limit, which he did go by. So I'll just leave it at that. And I just wanted to throw that in today because it's been a big deal on the news. Other than that, I don't know. I don't like to talk about COVID too much, but I'll just have a little bit on that, but not very much. I'll just say that COVID here in the U.S. now, whatever, it's done its, it's killed a lot of people, but a lot of states have just decided to open up. We've had enough of this, it's like we have to weigh the human health. It's a bad call when you got to weigh the human health against the economy, kind of at odds with each other. We've never had this before. So it's been like a grand experiment. And a lot of the states like Texas, where I'm from, Florida, a lot of them are opening right up and getting rid of the masks. Whether that's a good thing or not, that's up to people to decide for themselves. They can still wear the mask if they feel like it. Right? We were used to doing it. But I think that it was the economy was taking such a beating in some places that, they decided like, hey, and the shot is out there, and most people have it now here. So, hopefully, whether that's going to change things, I hope it does. Bring the numbers down here. It's going to take a while. It's a big country. We've got a lot of people, and it's going to take some time. But I think eventually it's going to peter out. I hope so. I think everyone's just tired of the lack of freedom that we've had for so long, and that's what we want. Is we want our freedom back to be able to do most of the same things we always did before. Whether it's going to go back to exactly what it used to be like. It may never go back to the way before, but a lot of stuff they brought in, maybe they'll stick around for a while for the protection of different people in the different stores and this and that, banks, everything, plexiglass. They'll probably keep that for a while. I mean, they paid for it. Why not? And but things are getting more wide open, and what can you do? People have to work too and make money, and not everyone catches this thing either. So you got to look at that too. So anyway, I don't know what else to say. I did enjoy my birthday. It was good. No one likes getting old, but that's just the way it is. Time just keeps on trucking, and you got to do the best of it. Try to enjoy your life. you know, Joe Booney says it. He says every day's a new day, and you just gotta thank God for every day that you're alive on this earth, because you never know what's around the corner, and life is short, and it can be ended quickly as well. So you never know what's around the next corner. Try to enjoy as much as you can your family, friends. You know, try to enjoy the simple things in life, because you know, next thing you know, that's it. We're over, and you know, we're gone. So I just hope that I don't know, people that watch my show, I think that I'm not too bad a guy. Some people really like John. I don't know. I'm not here to try and be a big shot, but I just try to talk a little sense. Just try to be common sense. And if more people had more common sense, half of the stuff that goes on in this world today, the negative stuff, wouldn't happen in the first place. And we wouldn't have guys on these TV shows like Sean Hannity or whatever having to argue back and forth and argue and argue and argue and argue over the same goddamn stuff time after time. And they don't get any further ahead. They don't put out much positivity, I'll tell you that. They just like people get all strung out on this stuff. Get some answers. Get some answers for these problems. That's what we need, is answers for the problems. Yeah, the police need to have more integrity or more accountability. You know, more to the public. They do work for the public. Their paychecks are through the taxation. Yeah, okay. I get that. Again, but not all these police officers are corrupt, and they're not all bad, and they're not all racist. So I'm just going to leave it at that. No more talk on that. Don't defund them. They need money to operate. They still need budgets. I mean, yeah, maybe some money should go into the mental health. That's a lot of people out there that are nuts, literally nuts. No fault of their own, but they have mental problems. And you get people like that, and you mix them in with guns and weapons and everything else, and just look what happens. And I'm just saying, money should be spent on that kind of thing. Prevention and mental health. Police need a budget. They still need to run around and do their thing. And you can't take all their money away. Just let the people decide? Huh, you want to see what happens when that happened. It'd be all out roar on the streets. It wouldn't be good. So we have to have certain people in society protect people that need protection, and that's what they're there for. And most of them do a good job. So I'll just leave it at that. And trying to think of anything else I haven't covered, but I think that's pretty well it. I'm pretty well done here. I think I've covered it all what I want to cover today. I just hope everyone can keep safe, and hopefully this damn COVID's going to run its course, and not drag on too much longer. They say it's going to drag on another year, maybe. Well, if it does, it does. But my God, it seems like it's already been 10 years with this thing. So people are sick and tired of it, and that's why places are opening up. They decided, well, they're weighing the good against the bad, and there's a lot to be said for people's mental health. And when people are stuck in their house and can't do nothing, no recreation, it's pretty hard to, not be depressed. So I'll leave it at that. But we're going to beat it, and it's going to happen someday, and we're on our way with all the vaccines. And that's all I got to say. It's John Laurinaitis signing off from Lubbock, Texas. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Bye.